Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. In this video we're going to discuss the well-being of your unpaid interns. So stay tuned to understand the clickbait title, as that's one of the things you're going to realize is true by the end of the video. So without further ado, let's present the 4 chapters for today. How well-being works and what type of well-being exists, how to increase well-being for each type, what to expect as average well-being, and then proof that well-oiled beavers are almost as good as robots. So let's jump to our first chapter. How well-being works? Well, each 5 or 10 well-being gives you one of the following boosts. Either plus 10% productivity for each 5 levels. This starts at 5 well-being and ends at 70 well-being. That means that you can get a maximum of 170% productivity. Then there's speed. You're gonna get 5% speed per 10 levels of well-being. It starts at 2 well-being and it ends at 72, capping out at 70% speed. Then there's a lifespan boost, plus 20% each 10 levels. It starts at level 7 and it ends at level 67. The max lifespan that you can get for your beavers are plus 120%. Also, let's discuss categories. From my point of view, there are 4 categories of well-being. And no, I'm not going to take those from the game as they're a bit confusing. Therefore, I like to do it myself. Basically, there's well-being aid through consumables, then there's passive well-being, then active well-being, and then ending up with negative well-being. Apart from this, just to avoid repeating myself in the next chapter, beavers get a +4 well-being by default just from being fed, being quenched, having enough shelter, and actually sleeping. Let's give it a go for consumable well-being. It's mostly food. The folktails also get +3 well-being from books, as they're a consumable. So I guess feed your beavers and give them books. That's all. Let's move on to the next one. No, I'm kinda joking. Basically, each type of beaver, when it eats, they will get well-being lasting for 20 days. So let's take an example. Let's assume you got bread, maple pastries, and carrot. The beavers, first time they will eat one of the said resources. Let's assume bread. The second time they won't go for bread, but instead focus on getting another random one. Let's say maple pastries. Afterwards they'll eat the carrots. If after all this you don't introduce a new type of food, they will eat bread again and so on. Basically, they will consume the food they have the lowest amount of well-being time. The maximum well-being you can get from food is 22 for folktails. It's 15 from food plus 3 from books plus 4. And brings the bonuses to 60% productivity, 30% speed, and 40% life expectancy. Also, for Iron Thief, they only get 21, 17 from food, which brings you to the following bonuses: 60% productivity, 15% speed, and 40% more life expectancy. If you want a farming tutorial, my last video was about it. I'll include it in a link at the very end of the video, so stay tuned for it or just scroll to the end if you're too eager. For passive well-being, we're gonna focus solely on a place to live, decorations, and monuments that you're going to be building in your settlement. If you manage to include everything, you're golden. Let's see how it's done on Folktale's side. Let's roll the clip. Let's start making a beautiful house for our Folktale's beavers. Please note that the house that I'm going to show is a bit more advanced because it uses steel. But you can replace it with platforms at the beginning, and once you're starting to build the third, fourth floor, you can actually switch to steel. So this starts with 4 houses placed one in front of each other, and afterwards we're gonna use single platforms to access the second floor. We're gonna place a set of stairs over here and then use the overhang 3 times 1 to place one here. Now if we want only 4 houses, we can do this type of thing, and the beavers will be pretty happy. As you can see at the moment, if I unpause the game, we're having 36 houses. If we want to upgrade further to more houses, we can actually still use the overhang 3 times 1 and place them like this. And that way we're gonna be able to access the second floor. So now let's put the second set of 4 houses down. Let's finish building this one. And how the pathing will work? Well, we're gonna put a set of stairs over here, one over here, and we're already at the top. Now we're just gonna put a triple platform here, and then we're gonna continue with double platforms if we don't want to go any further up, or a single platform and afterwards an overhang 3 times 1 to continue onwards. Then we can go and finish with double platforms. Also, let's deal with the pathing. We're gonna firstly path the second floor, connect all the houses, then come at the bottom and connect the stairs to the bottom stairs. So now if we visualize the path, we can see that they have full access to the top. Let's assume we want to go to the third set of houses. We're just gonna use double platforms, and in case you want to continue only with the third set of houses, just use double platforms. If you want to go for the fourth floor, then use over there a 3x1 platform at the beginning. Let's remove this road as I accidentally put it there, and replace it with stairs. And let's continue with the roads upwards and connect the houses. Here we go. We can also mimic the same type of stairs on the other side of the building. Also, I'm gonna stop here, only with 12 houses. I'm satisfied with it. You can go as high up as it's possible. It won't make a difference for the decorations we're gonna put. Speaking of which, let's start with a roof. This one seems perfect. You can go with any type of roof. And what I like to do is place them on the opposite side. It's enough one roof to cover each section. As you can see, the yellow line over here delimitates the area that the roof will cover. Since one tile is hitting the unroofed part of the building, it's still affected. Let's now place down some one tile aesthetics. Basically we're gonna start with the shrub, and I'm gonna put it on one side of these 2 apartments. As you can see, because of my placement, the yellow line will cover all 6 apartments. Therefore this shrub covers all of them. Let's do the same on the other side. Then let's move to lanterns. The same on the opposite sides. And then the next one will be the scarecrow. This one has a 2 tile range, so I can place it either on this side or on the other side, it doesn't matter where exactly, as long as it covers the buildings. Afterwards, the beaver statue, similar story with 3 tiles this time. And finish off with the bulletin pole, which also has 3 tiles, and it's enough to cover all of the buildings. And now let's move with the monuments. Let's place a farmer monument. Make sure that it covers the buildings. If not, move it way closer. Then the brazier of bonding. This one will definitely cover everything. And top it off with Fountain of Joy. Perfect. Now let's leave the beavers run wild. And let's wait for nighttime. I'm also going to spawn a bit more beavers, so we can start watching one that is living on the top apartments. This one is perfect. Let's speed up the game and see his evolution. And here's the second day after he woke up. As you can see, all stats are full, and he's a happy beaver, pleased with his surroundings, and he's ready to sit on his butt on the building area. That's all for the folktales. Let's move on to the Iron Thief. The house for them is awfully similar to the one for folktales. Basically, we're gonna start with a large barrack and place other trees within the range. The only difference between folktales and Iron Thief in regards to housing is that Iron Thief, they like to enter from the bottom, whilst the folktales enter from the top. Therefore, let's just simply connect a road over here. Afterwards, if you want to reach the second level, let's firstly build the houses. Here we go. And then use some platforms. I like to place a single platform over here and then double down with a overhang. This will allow me to create the stair structure that you saw in the folktales. Let's continue a bit higher, and this should be enough to reach the second floor. Let's also place the stairs and then finish it off with double platforms here. Perfect. Let's put the path. And here we go. We have 8 houses connected. If we want to go for the third level, let's place firstly the houses. Then from the double platforms, we're gonna place another one. And now the tricky part with the triple platforms over here. Let's see, there we go. And then use single platforms to build longer things. Also, let's put the roads on. And we have all of the houses connected. If you want a 4th floor, just remove this single platform and go for 3x1s. Let's also start decorating this place. I like to go with roof 3x2 because for iron tails we can also exemplify that you don't need to place the lanterns and the other decorative stuff at the bottom, you can place it at the top. So make sure it covers all of the buildings, and let's put the brush also. And then the brazier, which is 2 tiles long. The beaver bust, which is also 2 tiles long. And then finish it off with beaver statue of 3 tiles long. And also a clock, which is also 3 tiles long. There we go. This should be all, and they have all the decorations in place. Let's move to monuments. Similar story, make sure it covers all the houses. Then for the flame unity. And the last one is the tribute of ingenuity. And what I like to do for this example is just to put down 2 engines and connect them to the original path so they stop complaining that there are no haulers. Let's give input to them so we can start the monument, and that should be all in terms of their aesthetics. Let's also follow this beaver around and speed up the game. And here we go. He has all the buffs for the entire day to keep up his productivity. Moreover, as you can see, it has 29 well-being. This is because I was only feeding them water and berries. The same story is also available for folktales with 28 total points. With that out of the way, let's move to the next topic. Let's now talk a bit about social life and fun. These are the actions that I consider that they are active well-being. Basically, in order to be able to get these actives when running, you just need to create the amenities for beavers to use. Around here, I've placed effectively the beavers wet dream. All of the facilities that they want to have fun and be entertained are in a very small area. Their working places are at hauling post, Econ is over here, and on gardening we have 3 people. I've selected these roles for 2 reasons. The first reason is that the mud pit needs a hauler, and the second reason is if beavers don't have anything to do at their place, they're just gonna sit on their butts and do nothing. Even though they just wait for crops to grow, they won't go to have fun. No. They just sit in the farm. Nothing more. So let's follow one of the farmers. Let's select Ayagi over here. And let's go in turbo mode. And let's follow his day. He already started a little bit because I just spawned him. He went for some fun at the Lido. As you can see, this doesn't take too much time for him to be entertained, and it will start going down. So within a single day, he managed only 1 single piece of fun until now. So the job is done, and let's see what entertainment he does. He does more Lido, then goes and dances a bit, then again back to Lido, and now to the carousel. Now he contemplates, gets his tail painted, goes for a mud bath, and then goes to sleep. So in total, we have, let's put a break over here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different entertainment locations done within the 8 hours free time that we're giving them. Now let's let them plant a bit more. As we can see, slowly but surely the amount of fun goes down. If I'm not mistaken, Lido is already gone. Let's see. No, it's not gone. But the carousel is already gone. Now he's having again more fun at the Lido, dancing. And doing small bits of everything. And now he goes back to sleep. The funny thing about the campfire and all of this social life stuff is that it's gonna go down actually very fast. And now that he's back at work, although he planted the entire field that the greenhouse has access to, he's still sitting on his butt doing nothing and awaiting his buffs to lower down. Although he had fun at multiple occasions, the amount isn't enough to last the whole day. And this repeats again and again and again, endlessly. One tip that I have for you guys is to actually make sure that you're only building fun stuff that can hold lots of visitors at a time, so you avoid building too many of these. That should be all for this entire chapter. Let's move to the next one. What to expect in terms of average well-being? Well, as I mentioned before, with 16 hours of work time, the beavers are left with just 8 hours of free time, where they also need to sleep and not constantly have fun. Therefore, they won't manage to focus on all active accommodations. So you're targeting a well-being of 50 to 65, somewhere in that ballpark, which gives your beavers a productivity boost of 130 to 160 work speed, 50 to 65% walking speed, and 100 to 110 life expectancy. Thus, this means that in reality a beaver with low well-being not only runs 65% slower, but also works up to 160% slower. Basically, you might as well have happy beavers working on a 5 to 6 hour schedule, and they'll do the same work amount as the unbuffed beavers. This is ignoring commute times, of course. Moreover, this means that if your beavers are happy, you'll need to plunk down less factories, which in turn also means less power usage for power-hungry machines. Just as an example, bringing a beaver to 100% work speed, this means that you will need 1 plank workshop instead of 2. Sadly, farms aren't affected by this, as happy beavers don't mean happy plants too. But on a serious note, it just means you need less farms to plant the same area and to harvest it. Now let's move to our fourth and final topic, showing proof that this actually works. So for this example, let's take 3 individual districts on the same map. We have District 1, where we only have beavers that will be fed only water and berries. Then we have the second district, which will be only for a robot. Therefore, they'll only have grease and the control tower activated. Then we have District 3, which is a total beaver paradise, as you can see. They have water, they have all the food they need, they have all of the activities, and the most important thing, where we're gonna do the test at the hydroponic garden, they also have all of the decorations. I've made sure that the monuments only manage to cover this area and not go up to this hydroponic garden, which will be our unemployed intern working space. Also, to prove that the speed matters, I've also made a large row over here, and the beavers will start from here. There we go, we've managed to fix it. So let's give them some names. And this one will be called engineer. There we have it. And since the senior engineer needs to be fully boosted, let's give him that. The only thing that I'm going to remove for this scenario is the Earth Repopulator, because that will be the last thing you're gonna unlock and then you finish the game, so it doesn't make sense to have that booth from my point of view. Good. With that out of the way, so we have the unpaid intern. He will only have hunger, thirst and sleep quenched. This guy will have full buffs, and this will be a robot just for tests. Let's boost the robot also, and now let's give them the jobs. Unpause this one, unpause this and this. Perfect. Let's make sure that everything else is lower priority, and these are the highest priority ones. Let's unpause the game for a bit to see if they are getting the roles. Here we go, and now we can start the test. Let's follow the senior engineer around and see how he does it. As you can see already, I'm in 1x speed, and the senior engineer is way faster than the unpaid intern. So the robot is the fastest at the moment in terms of speed, but the unbuffed character, it's completely way behind. So with that, let's see who gets to his job first. Seems like they are taking a break before actually doing the work. And here we go. The robot is the first one to work. Why is this guy? Ah, that's why. Let me fix that. Let's remove, so he can actually work. Oh well, it seems like this guy will have a small handicap, but that's perfectly fine. And I guess that I'm gonna need water here too. And let's see, did he come? Nope, not yet. He is still struggling. Let's boost up the speed a bit. We can see that both the senior engineer and the AI engineer are at 1%. This guy barely came over here and just started working. So right now only the bot is still continuing to work. No worries, he has a charging station over here. And the other guys went to sleep. Let's see how our senior engineer is going through his night. And now we have 7% for the AI engineer, still 0% for the unpaid intern, and for the senior engineer it's at 5%. Let's see his stats. He's still at 160%. End of day 2, we have the robot at 18%, the senior engineer at 14%, and the unpaid intern at 4%. I'm just gonna cut between nights just so the video doesn't get boring. Second day finished. 26% for the senior engineer, 33% for the AI engineer, and 9% for our unemployed intern. Fourth day. Fifth day. Sixth day. Seventh day. Really, he's charging exactly at the end. Oh well, this will give time for this one to finish. Let's see. Here we go, and stop. So 8 days for the AI engineer to complete the task. Now let's check the other two, how they are doing. 42% for the unpaid intern and 84% for the senior engineer. And he does the same thing. So on the 9th day, he managed to complete the task. Let's give him the free time he needs. And let's wait for this guy to complete. Seems like the poor guy died. Let's spawn a new one. And finally, after multiple days, the unpaid intern finished his job. I'm gonna display on the screen how much it took. So, as you can see, the unpaid intern finished the job in 23 days, whilst the engineer managed to do it in 9 days and the AI in 7 days. Therefore, the engineer was 2.5 times faster than the unpaid intern. Therefore, go now and make your beavers happy so they can work faster for you. As always, if you've learned something new today, please do subscribe, like, and leave some feedback in the comment section for me to read. Subscribing is free and it won't only show you the upcoming new guides, either Timberborn related or other strategy and survival games that I'm going to post, but will also help me judge how much you guys enjoy watching what I make. Therefore, until next time, Badger out. Oh wait, oops, sorry. Here's the farming tutorial that I was mentioning. Bye!